Hi, and thank you so much everyone for watching this show today with us, which is Mervet Real Estate. I hope you like it. This is a brand new show with a brand new season. We're going to start off this spring. The show is called Mervet Real Estate, and my name is Mervet. I am a real estate broker with Real Estate Dreams International. But I'm not going to bore you too much with me or my company or, all of this other stuff. We're going to get right down to it with the properties that I sell, that I list, the buyers and sellers that we talk to on a daily basis, closing transactions, and so much more. So truly, I hope you guys like this show. I am very, very happy to be doing this show. So we're going to get to see a lot of properties together. We're going to explore, we're going to do home tours together, and you're going to actually be able to see a lot of good transactions between buyers and sellers, and a lot of things that can actually possibly go wrong and a lot of things that can actually go right, especially when we're dealing with luxury properties and lakefront. So I've decided to specialize actually this year. My background is I have 13 years experience in real estate. I've been a real estate broker for 10 years, the principal broker of Real Estate Dreams International and Real Estate Dreams. And I've actually decided to specialize in the luxury properties and lakefront because of all the huge demand that I've been getting actually over the last couple of years, and I really, really, really enjoy it. But I will also take you through our company to interact with other agents throughout this show. So I hope you love it. I hope you tune in. And I'm going to start off with just giving you a little bit of what had happened during our grand opening, which we had for one of our newer locations, which is in Dearborn. We currently have Dearborn and West Bloomfield in Canton. I am out of the West Bloomfield location. Love serving our community, love serving pretty much really all estates in the Michigan state area. As an international broker as well, I entertain offers from international buyers from so many different countries. I am certified also to sell international properties. But enough about me, let's get right down to the show. I'm going to show you guys a clip of our party, our grand opening with our Dearborn location that happened July of 2015. And then we're going to go ahead and just jump right into some lakefront properties. Really, really nice pictures of homes, and we're going to talk about them today. So I hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned. Don't change the channel.
One, two, three. All right.
Welcome back everybody to Mervet Real Estate Show, where I'm going to show you some luxury and lakefront properties, my specialty. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into our first property. This property right here is a beautiful property in Michigan, my hometown of course. This property, as you can see, is elevated a little, at least one floor up above the lake, because it is a lakefront property with full access, of course, to the lake. This beautiful home is in Upper Michigan. Michigan is so beautiful for everybody that is here, that lives here. It is such a great, great place. And even, especially if you have a property on the lake, you can do so many things. I mean, most of our lakes here in Michigan are sports lakes. And actually, what the saying goes is you're never within more than 20 miles away from any lake in Michigan. If you look at our state, it's a gorgeous state, and it almost actually kind of looks like an island. But this home right here is a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath, an attached side garage. As you can see, this particular lake is an all-sports lake. We're on our next home right now. This beautiful home, as you can see, is a 6-bedroom, 6.5 bathrooms, and it is kind of just nestled in on the lake right here. Custom built home. It is actually 3 floors of just absolute beautiful scenery every which way around. This custom built home is built in such a way that every single room, every single window almost just optimizes the view. So it really does take advantage of the lake view that surrounds this beautiful home. It does also have a 2.5 car attached garage. This is an all sports lake too as well. If you have a boat, this would be of course ideal. And what I really like about this particular estate, it is because it's almost like a cul-de-sac all by itself. You have serenity, you have enjoyment, you have views, you have privacy, but yet you're not more than 15-20 minutes away from the city. We're gonna go ahead to our next property. Wow, if this does not speak Michigan to you guys, I really don't know what is. Everybody that lives here in the state of Michigan knows and sees these beautiful colors on a daily basis in the fall. This beautiful estate, I mean, it speaks kind of pretty much for itself. You have the homes right there, you have the lake view, you have beautiful scenery right behind the home, you have it to the side of the homes. These homes right here, there's 2 of them that are featured. But the scenery itself, the lake view. Now, notice these homes are not really elevated above the ground. That is because of the way that this lake is and the depth of the lake. When you first walk out to it, it is not as deep as the very first home that we toured, actually, that we talked about. These 2 homes, this is also in Michigan. All the homes, by the way, you guys, that I'm showing you today are all situated in our beautiful state of Michigan. And then later on in the shows, of course, we will feature other properties that I have for sale, which is in California, in Upper California, Lower California, some in New York, and so forth. But to get back to this home, these homes right here, this is beautiful. And again, anybody, of course, I'm gonna leave my information at the end of the show if you're interested. Any of these homes that are featured today, just give our office a call. We're gonna go ahead and move on to the next property. Now this beautiful estate is just walking distance from the lake. Now this beautiful estate is 6 bedrooms, 7.5 bathrooms. It is a little bit elevated, but again, the home is built in such a way where every single window, you can really take advantage of the beautiful scenery that's around you. You're about, I don't know how many feet away from that lake right there. If you look at right there to the corner of your screen on the bottom, you will see where the lake is. So it's just walking distance. Now, because of this property sits a little bit far from our lake, it did not have to be that much elevated. It also has a Juliet balcony, which is featured right here, which you can also see in this beautiful view. And what else can I say about this property? I mean, it kind of speaks for itself, but again, for a private tour, make sure you just get in contact with us, you know, at the end of the show. We're gonna go ahead on to our next home. Now, this one I particularly like a lot, and this is one of my favorite picks because of the architectural design. It's just a little bit different, and you don't really get to see this kind of look very often. As you can see with this particular house, you have a lot of stonework. The architect was actually really wonderful with very clean, slick lines on this property. You also have a lot of windows for that gorgeous view. Again, anytime that you want to, or you're thinking about building a home on the lake, a custom built, or we're giving you a private tour of certain homes on the lake, obviously you want to be there because of your scenery. So we really try to make sure that the the house is full of windows. Balconies too are a huge plus, and as you can tell with this one, it's not quite a wraparound balcony, but it is a good sized balcony where you can just sit out there, enjoy your morning coffee, give me a call, and then we can go to our another house. We're gonna go ahead and move on to our next property. Now, this one is also, of course, located in our great state here on Michigan, and this is also in our upper northern Michigan. This property is situated just a little bit back. Now, this is a scene that you would see really quite often because you have the stairs, it goes right down to the lake. This lake actually is not very deep at all sports lake. You can also, pretty much what all sports is for all of my viewers. All sports lakes means that you can do pretty much every single sport and it is safe to swim in. Safe meaning that it is not of that deep actually, because of course you have our larger lakes. These are pretty much, a lot of these homes here are inland lakes, what we call. So you have your larger lakes that surround our state of Michigan here, but you don't really want to go out too far. That's not safe for swimming, but we have a lot of beautiful ones also on the West Coast. So we're going to go ahead and move on to our next featured property. Now this feature right here, I did want to kind of sneak this into you guys. I did want to kind of show you. Now, if you were sitting right inside this home or any of these lakefront homes, this is not the exact scenery, but it's pretty much, I think you guys can get the picture. This is just so gorgeous. Who wouldn't want to wake up to this every morning, especially if you're thinking about it all year long or just a summer property. And this is what a lot of these homes feature. You have glass patio doors, you have French doors, you have a lot of glass, and you have beautiful sitting areas that really you won't be able to tell with just a quick photo. You really will have to tour these homes from the inside. This beautiful view here is what you would see pretty much every morning if you did purchase one of these homes. Again, if you'd like to tour any of the homes featured today, just give our office a call. Give me a call. I love these kind of homes. I love luxury homes, lakefront, and you really do need somebody that knows exactly what you want to buy, what you are purchasing. So stay tuned. We're going to take a quick commercial break and be right back.
Choose Basha Open MRI.
Basha has the latest technology with the largest MRI, plus we provide sedation for claustrophobia or severe pain.
Our precision technology allows us to see problems that might be missed with older equipment, reducing your chance for unnecessary surgery or a wrong diagnosis.
All this for less than half of what other major places charge.
Choose the leaders. Choose Basha Open MRI with 3 easy locations in Sterling Heights, Dearborn, and Royal Oak.
مؤسسة الجالية الكلدانية.
تعلن مؤسسة الجالية الكلدانية الغير ربحية عن توفير الخدمات لمساعدة أبناء الجالية ضمن برامجها المدعومة. برنامج تدريب ومساعدة القادمين الجدد واللاجئين، ومنها توفير فصول لتعليم اللغة الإنجليزية بالتعاون مع كلية ماكوم، بالإضافة لخدمات الهجرة والبحث عن العمل والسيرة الذاتية، خدمات الإرشاد للرعاية الصحية. برنامج بسموثة الذي يقدم خدمات صحية وخدمات الصحة النفسية لمن لا يتمتع بالتأمين الصحي. برنامج ذوي الاحتياجات الخاصة، وبرنامج الصندوق الكلداني للقروض بفوائد مخفضة لشراء السيارات المستعملة، والعديد من برامج المساعدات.
نرحب بجميع أفراد المجتمع.
مؤسسة الجالية الكلدانية منظمة خيرية متفرعة من غرفة التجارة الكلدانية الأمريكية.
We welcome everybody here at the Chaldean Community Foundation, an organization that is open for everyone to come in and to get great service on many different products that we offer.
لمزيد من التفاصيل اتصلوا على 586-722-7253.
مركز طب وجراحة العظام والمفاصل لعلاج جميع أمراض العظام والمفاصل، مع وجود الكادر المتخصص في علاج حوادث السيارات وإصابات العمل والسقوط. ولمرضى حوادث السيارات نقوم بفحصهم وتوثيق حالاتهم الطبية بما يلائم قضاياهم والحفاظ على حقوقهم في حالة مقاضاة شركات التأمين لضمان حصولهم على التعويضات المطلوبة. بالإضافة إلى وجود قسم خاص لنقل المرضى بسيارات حديثة ومرخصة ومؤمنة. وأيضا لمرضى حوادث السيارات هناك قسم خاص للعلاج الطبيعي وللتأهيل الطبي بأحدث الأجهزة والمعدات، مع وجود كادر متخصص في العلاج الطبيعي والتأهيل الطبي. انضم إلى مركز الأطباء المختصين في الاختصاصات التالية: الدكتور ماثيو أندروز اختصاص طب وجراحة القدم والكاحل بودياترس، الدكتور بسام معاذ اختصاص أمراض الأعصاب وفحص EMG نورولوجيست، الدكتور جاي همبرجر اختصاص معالجة الآلام بين مانجمنت، الدكتور رافي أريا اختصاص العلاج الطبيعي، إضافة إلى الدكتور لبيد نوري اختصاص أمراض وجراحة العظام والكسور والمفاصل وعلاج آلام الظهر والرقبة. لا تنسوا مركزنا يقبل معظم أنواع التأمين الصحي وخاصة تأمين الحوادث والسيارات، كما يعلن عن افتتاح مركزه الثاني الواقع في ليفونيا كوربر تاور في مدينة ليفونيا ما بين المايل 7 و8 على الميدل بيلت. وللمزيد من المعلومات اتصلوا على الأرقام الظاهرة على الشاشة.
A car accident can change your life in an instant. As a result of a car accident, you may become unemployed. As a result of a car accident, you may need a lot of medical treatment. People think that insurance companies are on their side. Why? Because they're giving them one or two benefits. Are they giving them all the benefits they deserve? How would one know unless you consult with an attorney?
Welcome back, everybody. I hope you enjoyed seeing some of my favorite properties. Now, going back to our discussion, so today we're discussing actually lakefront properties. And just like I said, every week we're gonna have something really, really amazing set up for you guys. You are gonna be able to see everything as we do them, as agents do them. You're gonna be able to see how it is actually to go through one day with me, how it is to see the buyers that I see, the houses that I see. You're gonna come inside with me and we're gonna tour them all together. So with the lakefront properties, it is extremely important that when we're purchasing or we're thinking about a lakefront property, the first thing I do when I sit, of course, with my client is ask them what is really important to them besides the scenery. So obviously everybody wants a lakefront property because of the lakes, because of the scenery, but then there is a lot of other really important things, like for instance, if you have a boat, you know, that's going to be one of the first questions that I will ask you, a boat or a yacht, or, you know, how often do you go boating, you know, if the property itself doesn't offer that feature on that particular lake. Or is it more that, family time together, vacation time together, that you're only going to be visiting this cottage or this home or this estate a couple of weeks out of the year, or is this something that you're going to be living in? Now, mind you, Michigan has a lot of beautiful lakefront and beachfront properties besides just cottages. I get a lot of clients and customers that are looking for these properties, and they always ask me kind of almost the same question, if it's just a smaller home, or is it just cottages that are on the lake or on the beach rather, or can they purchase a larger home on the beach? And the question is, absolutely you can purchase a larger home on the beach. So our beaches, you know, the more beautiful or larger estates that I've seen, of course I haven't seen them all, are going to be on your west coast. So right along the west coast of Michigan, and really all the way through Traverse City and even further up north than that, you're going to have a lot of these homes with beach access or right directly on the beach. Now, of course, there's a difference between a property that is a beach community or a lake community versus a property that sits right on your beach. You know, of course, you have a lot of different other features, and it is absolutely gorgeous. So when you purchase a property on the beach itself, if that is exactly what you're looking to do, now you technically own that beach. So it is a private beach. So at the beach, there is privacy a lot of times, and that is where I really examine the title. when we are looking at these types of homes, just to really make sure that the beach is included, that the lot size itself, how big or how small is your lot size, and does it actually include the beach itself. So technically, when you are purchasing on a waterway here in the state of Michigan, and I'm only going to be speaking about this one today for our show within just the state of Michigan, because obviously there's a lot of states that all have different real estate laws. So here in the state of Michigan, when you do purchase a property that is right on the beach itself, that you do own the beach. So that is considered a private beach. So that would be yours. And then you actually own right to, we want to say like to the middle of that waterway, whatever it is, if it is a lake or if it is a smaller or a larger, I mean, there is a certain lot dimension, of course, but you do own right into the water. Now you may ask me right away, well, how come boats are able to go through if you really do own to the middle of the lake, if it's a smaller lake, or to the middle of that water? Well, I can tell you why. The same reason when you look up, or same reason when you're looking down, underground, I should say, because you're not going to be able to see this, of course, you know, if you just look down. So the same reason why you look up and then you see our utility lines, because they have a public easement. So even though you do own to the middle of the lake, if it's a smaller lake, or to the middle of that, you know, whatever it is, that lake or that waterway, there is such a thing called a public easement that the government put in place, that our state of Michigan here put in place, which really enables all boats or jet skiing or anything else like that, that there is that easement for the public, that they can go ahead and use that waterway. And it is the same reason actually for our air. So when you own a house, when you purchase a property, and a lot of people, again, they do not know this. You know, I really didn't know this until I got my license 13 years ago. But when you do purchase, you're owning straight up. So you really own the sky that is right there above your home, believe it or not, at the same lot size as your home. So even though you purchased the airspace right above your home, there's planes that fly every day, right? Because there's that public easement again that the government put in place, which allows airplanes, which allows helicopters, which allows really anything that is of public use or government use to fly right over your property. So we kind of want to be careful, especially when we're talking about properties that are located next to any kind of private airport or a public airport. Like for instance, in where I live really close near a private airport. We didn't really kind of know about that, but the planes kind of just really love our neighborhood or our subdivision. So we get these smaller planes that really kind of scary a lot of times, and they will fly like right over our property, but they fly so close, but thank God it's only kind of in the summertime when they do that. They're not that annoying, but they do, I mean, they put on a great show a lot of times, so I'm not sure exactly what kind of pilots that those are, to be honest with you. But that's something for us to kind of figure out and find out a little bit later. But anyhow, and I'm also going to take you to a tour of my house very, very soon. And you will be able to see, now I live on a golf frontage, on a golf course, so I have a little bit different views, which in the upcoming shows, I will take you to some properties that are located on the golf course, along with properties that are located right there on the beach. And I'm going to have buyers with me or sellers with me, and then you're going to pretty much see and hear all the questions. And you know, it'll be a great idea for you guys even to take mental notes of some of this, because sooner or later, whenever you do want to sell, whenever you do want to purchase, and you give me a call and I'll be able to take you through some of these homes, there's a lot of questions that a person kind of forgets to ask while they're in that process, because you're so excited and you're so anxious and you're really thinking with all of these emotions. And a lot of times we forget to ask like the really important questions regarding financing, regarding closing, regarding all of that stuff. So we're gonna, explore all of that together, and hopefully I'll be able to answer a lot of questions for you guys. And as soon as you're ready and you give me a call, we can start going ahead and looking at some of these properties together. Now, with our lakes, you are still purchasing the same thing. So it's called a riparian right. that is when you're actually purchasing right into the middle of that lake or that body of water really belongs to your property. So there is, especially this time of season, I should say, this time of year, a lot of people are calling me, a lot of people want to put their properties up for sale. A lot of people are thinking, Mervet, what should I do before the summer? Should we put up the property now or should I wait till later? What do you recommend I do? So I tell them all the time, spring is so good for so many reasons, right? Because we have all of our beautiful flowers that are coming into bloom. We have a lot of beautiful colors that only happen in the springtime. But there's something very, very, very important that you guys, don't forget, is that if you wait till the summertime, so is a lot of other people, and you will have more buyers, but then you're also going to have more competition when we do put your property up for sale. So even though a lot of people prefer the summer to put their properties for sale, they thinking, let's get our spring cleaning out of the way. Well, that's really, you could just do that right now and then just kind of get that over with, to be honest with you, and get your home ready. And then that way I can come out, assess the property. I send a photographer to most of my properties, or a lot of times, I'll take the photos myself because I know what to look for, and I know as soon as I walk in your property, as soon as I walk in your house, I'll be able to really grasp what the buyer is going to be, and what the buyer is going to be excited about, what the buyer wants to see, and I'm going to really put all of my focal efforts right on that feature or those features. So no, you don't have to wait till summer. You need to just, see what you need to do. A lot of times, most of the time, I'm more than happy when I come out to show you to look at your property. I will give you my opinion as to what I think needs to be done. Sometimes it's simple fixes, and sometimes we need to really paint, or get some help in there just to do some other very small cosmetics maybe, because what happens when we live in our home? What happens is we get kind of used to the way it looks, and we're not thinking that brand new people are gonna come and judge our home, and and it's not just the judging part of it, is I will give you so many great tips on what to have on your walls, from what to take down on your walls, So we want to get out of our comfort zone, especially when you're giving me a call. I'll come out there and I'll tell you, this is what we need to take down, And obviously the first thing I'm going to give you a tip right now is personal family photos. We always want to put those personal family photos aside. We have to box them up. It is now time to think about seller in our house, getting it very, 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 just like a showcase, really. If you think your property of like a showcase, for buyers, and you really, really, really get into that mental attitude that this property is going to be viewed by so many buyers, hopefully, and you either make it or break it when they come in your property. So if we have too many family photos, what happens is it's a lot of distraction for anybody really that comes through. And if I'm doing the open house on it, I will go ahead and take those photos down, if my client already did it. But most of my clients, they're very, very good. They listen. They will take down family photos or personal things, because the last thing that we want is the buyers walking in with their agent and they're looking all which way around them and thinking, oh my goodness, that picture is so cute, and look at this little baby and all of this stuff. So we really, and then what happens at that point is they're not focusing on your house anymore. They don't see how beautiful your living room is, or they don't get, the landscaping outside. So we want to make sure their focus is on your home and not of your family, because obviously you're not selling our families, right? So that is one tip I can give you right now. Another thing is really what we can start thinking about right now is clutter-free. So let's get in our garage, let's get into our basement, and even the estates that I've walked through that are the larger estates, everybody kind of collects things as they go along. It's very hard to always put things away. But remember, if you think about your property as being like a showcase, then you will get into a whole different mind, attitude. You're going to be thinking a lot differently. And especially what I would really like for you to do is, be honest with yourself. Be really honest with yourself. You should walk out your front door, come back in it, open your front door, and what do you see? And that's exactly what I want you to focus on as a seller in your home. So you walk in your front door and look at it with a whole brand new eye, What is it? Do you have too many family photos? Start just taking them down. Does your walls need a little bit of freshening up? Could they use a nice fresh paint job? That is also something to think about. When you're walking into your great room, let's get out of the foyer here a little bit. When you're walking into your great room or your living room, what is it? Look straight up. I just want you to look straight up and make sure, make sure that there's no cobwebs that have been there from all winter long, Make sure you get your cleaning people a call. Make sure that some things either you just do yourself or whoever that you have helping you in your home, make sure that they get those things done. So you should actually just take a very, very good list of every single corner in your ceilings, around your fans, and then throughout the rest of the home. Now, focus your attention a lot on the kitchen, okay? I want you, even if you have the beautifulest of gourmet kitchens, I want you, when you first walk in your kitchen, look and see how many things are on your countertop. Now, we all have it. I have it too. I have everything that I use every single day. I have my coffee maker. I have my espresso machine. I have a lot of things on my kitchen counters that I continuously use every day, right? Just like you. So when you're walking into your kitchen, pay really close attention. What is on your counters? What can you remove? Now, some things are going to be very hard to remove and put away, like your coffee machine, for instance. So you can't really put that away because you're going to be using it all the time. Now, I want you to ask yourself our question, why is Mervet telling us to put away everything on our counter? Because you already know how much space you have. But a brand new buyer or a potential buyer, customer walking in, or especially during an open house, okay, they're gonna walk in and they're just gonna see a whole bunch of things right there on your counters that we don't want them to see. So they're just going to not even notice how gorgeous your counters are, if they're granite, if you have quartz, if you have marble, or if you do not have a natural stone, that's fine too, but we want to see how large your counter space is. That's what the buyer really needs to see when they're walking through your home. Another thing is what is around your sink. Now, of course, most of us have a dishwasher. I'm sure all of you do. But a lot of times we will still put glasses or wine glasses or any kind of other glasses or silverware right next to our sink. So you want to pay close attention to that. Now, if you have bay windows that let the beautiful sun in every single morning, you want to make sure that the curtains, are kind of open, or if you have different blinds, we want to make sure that those kind of stay open, every single time. Not kind of, actually, I should rephrase that. They should definitely stay open every single time that we have a showing on your property. We open that up, we let the sunshine in. Now, another thing is a lot of people, like I know a lot of my family members, I'm not gonna name which ones, a lot of my family members really love to have a lot of plants. So, and different kinds of plants, which are really good. I, for one, am not a plant person. I couldn't plant a flower to save my life. And if I do, it's gonna die on me. So I have, I'm lucky enough to have somebody that can upkeep our landscaping. But a lot of people have different kinds of spices, different kinds of beautiful little plants or flowers, or those, those aloe plants. I believe you guys know what I'm talking about, and they're nice and they're smaller size. But just make sure, I want you guys to make sure that they're not all over your bay window area. We need to make it. We need to show them your counter space. We need to tell the buyer, hey, I have a lot of kitchen here, because a kitchen, I'm like, you've heard it all. You've heard it plenty of times. Location, location, location. Well, I'm here to tell you it's not just location. It is also your kitchens and your bathrooms. We have to focus a lot on that. So this is actually my number one tip of today is your kitchens when you're walking through your home. Now, once we get through, if you have bay windows, if you don't have bay windows, I want you to kind of take a look and see on your cabinets or your stove, if you have a regular pull-out stove or if you have the double built-in ovens, do you have too many towels there? Too many of those hand towels, we need to get those replaced with guest towels. Now, not necessarily guest towels for the kitchen. I should rephrase that. I want you to purchase some nicer towels. They're just for the kitchen. They're smaller, they're handheld, and you don't need a lot of them. Really, 1 or 2 is plenty. So if you have like 1 or 2 and you don't want to get them really bigger than about this high, okay, and you want to stick to a color that complements your kitchen, you want to stick to, you know, I love bold colors, you know, bold and fresh, but you can go, but again, it depends on the person's kitchen. But for instance, I'll give you guys an example. So if your kitchen is a lot of neutral colors, if your walls are neutral or the nice olive tones, throw a red in there. I mean, if you throw a red towel, let me tell you, it will really stand out. It will be, but it will not stand out to a point where they're not focusing that much on the rest of it, but it's such a nice accent feature there. Once you do that, you know, if you can do it, that would be great. If you just simply don't have the time, but you should really invest a little bit of time and go into, there's so many great stores, so many things you can shop online now. I mean, I will probably give out some websites, some of my favorite websites for you guys to go to, and for accent furniture actually, because again, you are showcasing your property. A lot of times we suggest staging, and sometimes, you know, if you can't or if the house is not vacant, of course you don't have to. But I'll give out some of these websites for you guys that you could just go on and look and see. There's smaller items, but they make a huge difference, like the towels. And while you're there, don't forget to look for the guest towels that are actually going to go in your bathrooms or your lavatories or your powder rooms. Now, as far as the bathrooms are concerned, I think we kind of finished up the kitchen here with the way it kind of looks. Just make sure to, before we leave the kitchen, you want to make sure that all of your light bulbs work. You want to take a look at your lighting fixtures. Now, a lot of times what I do is I love chandeliers. I love elegance in a home, certain kind. Of course, the house has to kind of go with that theme, but now I'm just talking about myself. Now, as far as you and as far as showcasing your home, you know, a lot of times when I walk through the house, I will let you know some things, you know, that you can replace that are not, you know, that can be within your budget if you're trying to stay within a certain budget. And then some things will, but those little items will really spike up the price, you know. And if they don't spike up the price even a tad bit, like even $5,000 or $7,000 more than what you originally thought or more than what we think the house is going to appraise for, then to say the least, the house will sell a lot quicker. The last thing you want, the last thing I want is to have the property sit on the market for no apparent good reason just because, you know, it doesn't show very well. And if you don't have these, if you're not able to invest a little bit of your time and, you know, do some of these things and get your house nice and ready and freshened up for a sale, then it will just sit on the market. Your pictures will not look good. They're not going to translate very well. And remember, buyers are just clicking through photos just like you're going to click through photos. You're going to click through on the internet and you're really just a click away from the next property. Welcome back to Mervet Real Estate. I hope you guys all enjoyed today's show. I hope you picked up a lot of good tips. And there's so much more to come. I'm so excited about our next shows, I have such great plans for this show for you guys. Again, our next show, tune in every single Sunday at 8 p.m. and that is Eastern Standard Time. And I'll also always upload the show to my Facebook, so reach me there at Mervet Bearcat Shibley. That is my Facebook. If you'd like to send me an email, it is mervet@realestategreams.biz. And of course, if you want to know how much your luxury property is worth, or your estate, or your lakefront, give me an email or give me a call. My direct line is 313-447-0888. Tune in. The next upcoming shows, they're going to be fantastic. You're going to get to go through homes with me. You're going to get to sit at a closing if you never have, directly with some buyers and some sellers. I'm going to explain and introduce you to some great agents that we have within our company. I'm going to introduce you to some great loan officers and everybody else that kind of comes together to put your transaction into action so we can close your house. That is again in the upcoming shows. And if you have any suggestions, if you'd like your home to be featured, give me a call, 313-447-0888. I am only a phone call away. Or you can email me. I'll set up an appointment, come out to your property and tell you what your home is worth. So don't forget to tune in every Sunday at 8 p.m. And I hope you guys enjoy the show. Bye-bye.